This is a demonstration of a web application built through specification-driven development based on GitHub's open source project called spec-kit. What this web application does is it helps a person solve the New York Times connection puzzle. And what you'll see in this demonstration are the key features of this application: the ability to set up a puzzle, the dynamic and responsive web UI with its intuitive UI controls, and maybe the most important feature in here is the ability to access different large language models. In particular, I'll be showing how we use a local large language model through the Ollama server running locally on my MacBook, and accessing OpenAI's GPT-4 series of large language models, and also the ability for the application to manage the puzzle state and to keep track of what are the word group recommendations. Okay, these are the key features of the application, and with that, I'll get started on the demonstration. Okay, what you see here is the components that I'll be demonstrating. The significant one is on the right, which is the web UI. What you see on the left are some command line windows. This top one here shows the back-end server. This middle one here shows the front-end server, and this bottom one here will be important when we're running the local Ollama server. But before we get into the actual demo, let me show you what will be the puzzle we'll be solving. What you see here is an actual New York Times connection puzzle, and these are the answers, or the correct answers for that particular puzzle. Okay, you can see the four groups and the different color coding for those four groups. So as I go through this demo, this is what I'll be using to show the functionality of the connection puzzle assistant. Okay, so we'll put this off to the side for now, and then let's set up the puzzle. Okay, let me pull back. Let me pull back this again, and what you can see here are the words, and what you can see up here are the raw words, the 16 original words that you can see is visible here. Okay. All right. So for this, let's now start, and we're going to start with the local Ollama server using Quinn 2.5 32 billion parameter. Okay. With that, and before we get started on that, let's just show the status of the Ollama server. All right, so right now there's no models that are loaded locally on my machine with Ollama. So with this first recommendation, request for recommendation, okay, you can see it's now that's going out to the LLM to get an answer. And let's see, and as you can see here, the model was loaded, and we do have a response. So let's see what the recommendations are, and let's compare it to what the correct response should be. All right, so fulfill, honor, keep, uphold. Fulfill, honor, keep. Okay, so this is the yellow group. So we'll now go and say it found the correct response in the yellow group. And now we'll go ask for the next recommendation. Oh, and before we go, you'll notice now the counters have been updated. That we found one out of the four groups, and instead of 16 words remaining, there are only 12 remaining, and the first four words that were there are now removed. All right. With that, we'll ask for the next recommendation. Okay, and here we have discard, pass, sham, and throw. Discard. Okay, looks like this is not right. Looks like we've mixed up words words from a couple of different groups. All right, so this is an incorrect guess. So we'll tell the assistant that that guess was incorrect. And if you notice, it's now keeping track of the first correct guess, the second try, which was incorrect. And if you look up here, we still have 12 words remaining, but now we've updated the mistake counter because we made one mistake. All right, so let's go and get the next one. All right, so energy, justice, labor, state. Okay, looks like it's this one, energy, justice, labor, state. It's the purple group, so we'll tell the assistant we found the purple group. Okay, and you notice that the buttons I clicked here are now gray and disabled. And if we look at the counters, we now see that the counters have been updated for two groups that have been found. And now we only have 8 words remaining. Okay, so let's go get the next one. All right, for this we have discard, draw, pass, and play. So discard, draw, pass, and play. Okay, so this is the blue group. So we'll tell the assistant that it found the correct blue group. Okay, and it's recorded here, the blue group. And if we come up here, found 3 out of the 4 with 1 mistake, which leaves only 4 words remaining, which makes for an easy guess here. So we'll just get it. And here we have blanket, sham, sheet, and throw, which is the green group. Oh, I guess I had forgotten to point out that below here, these were the connections that the agent, that the assistant thought was making up these 4 words. So, and that actually matches what the puzzle here. So, all right, so we'll say that this is the correct. All right. All right, let's do one more. Let's do another one. So let's actually solve the same puzzle, but this time we'll use a different large language model locally. So let's try. I've already downloaded Llama 3.1, 8 billion parameter. I think that's right. All right. So if you remember, these are the same 16 words that from here. But this time we're now using the Llama model, Llama 3.1. All right, so we'll say. And if we look at Ollama, all right, so we only have the Quinn model loaded. This first request might take a little bit longer because the Ollama server will have to, oh, okay, let's see. All right, we see that the Ollama 3.1 and Quinn 2.5 models are loaded. All right, and for here, it come back with its first recommendation of fulfill, honor, keep, and uphold. So let's say fulfill, honor, keep. Oh, okay, it's the yellow group, and it's saying the connection is components of loyalty, as opposed to the puzzle said the connection was making good on a promise. So while the connection may not be quite what the puzzle was expecting, the groups is the 4 words are correct. So for this, we'll tell the assistant we found the yellow group. All right, so let's go get the next one. All right, again, discard, draw, pass, throw. Types of cards is the connection here. Discard, draw, pass. Okay, looks like the fourth word isn't right. So, but the first 3 are correct. So we'll indicate that this is a one-away error. Okay, it's a one-away error. And now, if you'll notice, the mistake count has incremented. All right, so let's go look, get the next recommendation. All right, energy, justice, labor, state. It says the components of power, Energy, justice, labor, state, which was, according to the puzzle, should be cabinet departments of the U.S. government. Again, while the connection reason may not be quite right, it is the group of 4 words is correct, and this is the purple group. So we'll mark purple, and then we'll get the next one. All right, so we have discard, draw, pass, play. Discard, draw, okay, and it says game card actions as the explanation. Well, okay, and it turns out the connection matches what was the original puzzle connection. So discard, draw, pass, play. All right, so that's the blue group, and we'll say blue group here. All right, and so again, we found 3 out of the 4, and now with only 4 left, that makes for an easy recommendation. Parts of bed linen. Okay, again, bedding. All right, so this is the green group. So we'll say that this is the green group, and this one also solved that with the Ollama 3.1 model. We were able to solve this puzzle. Okay, this time let's now give OpenAI a try. So we'll set up the same puzzle. And now, instead of Ollama, we'll do OpenAI. And for this, we'll try GPT-5 mini. We'll try that LLM. Okay, and again, just to mind you, this is the puzzle with the expected answers. So we'll just give this a shot now. So we'll, all right. All right. Oh, okay. Took a little bit longer, but let's see. So energy, justice, labor, state. Energy, justice. Oh, okay. It came up with one, and it's the U.S. Cabinet Departments, and it matches even the connection string, Cabinet Departments. Okay. This is the purple group, so we'll mark that as correct. And now we'll get the next one. Yeah, certainly taking a bit longer than with the Ollama model. But okay, let's see. Fulfill, honor, keep, uphold. Fulfill, honor, keep, uphold. Words, units to promise. Okay, make good on the promise. All right, so the words and the connections even match. All right, so this is the yellow group. All right, let's get the next one. Yeah, so 2 out of the 4 found, and 8 words remaining. Okay, and blanket, chat, sham, sheet, throw, types of bedding. Okay, so it's blanket, sham, sheet. Okay, types of bedding. All right, so this is the green group. All right, this looks like going quite well. So there's just only one left. That's a straightforward guess. Now we'll just have to figure out if it can figure out the connection between the last 4 words. All right, discard, draw, pass, play. Discard, draw, pass, play, and actions in the card games. Action in card games. All right, it's even matching the connection string. All right, so here we go. All right, looks like OpenAI with GPT-5 Mini solve the puzzle fairly straightforward, right? Well, this ends the demo. Thank you for your time. Okay, actually what we're going to do now is try and use the puzzle assistant with a live solve of the New York Times connection puzzle. So since I have a subscription to the game section of the New York Times, what you see here is the puzzle for yesterday, October the 11th. And what I did off screen was typed in these 16 words into a CSV file, which we're now going to upload into the puzzle solver. So let's do that. And this is the CSV file for the October 11th puzzle. So we'll set that up, and you can see these words should match these words. Okay, I think we got that. All right, and for this we're going to use OpenAI GPT-5 Mini, since it looked like it did pretty good on the first demo I did. So we're going to give this a live try. Okay, so let's see. It comes up alley, court, lane, way, and it says the types of streets. So we'll try alley, court, lane, way. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. And it worked. Street suffixes. All right, that worked out, and that was the blue group. So we'll say it was the blue group. All right, let's get the next one. And 1 word and 12 words remaining. All right, came up with synonyms for equipment, gear, kit, stuff, tackle. All right, so let's give this a try. Gear, kit, stuff, tackle. And it's supposedly synonyms for equipment. All right, let's see what this says. And that worked. It's equipment, and it matches the connection tree. All right, not bad at all. And this is the yellow group. So we'll mark that off as yellow. All right, so we have 8 words remaining. So let's go for the next recommendation. All right, Bill, Bob, Don, and Pat. Male names that are verbs. Huh, okay, let's see that. Bill, Bob, Don, and Pat. Bill, Don, and Pat. All right, let's see if that works out. Nope, it's a one-away error. All right, so let's mark this as a one-away error. All right, let's try again. right, don, put on, sport, and wear. Means to put on. Okay, well, let's try give this a shot. Don, put on, sport, wear. Don, sport. Okay, let's see. And that worked. It says to dress in, and it's the green group. All right, so we'll do that. All right, looks like we got 3 out of the 4, so the last 4 will easy now. I guess the only question is what is the connection for the last 4 words. So let's see what the agent thinks it is. All right, common male nicknames. All right. All right, so let's see. Bill, Pat, and Tom. Nicknames. Oh, let's see. Nicknames that have other meanings. All right, it's about male nicknames. All right. Well, it looks like and we'll mark this as the purple group. All right, we the virtual assistant was able to live solve this New York Times puzzle for the very first time. So that's pretty good. And this was with the OpenAI GPT-5 mini LLM.